Welcome to North of the Broad. I'm your host, Karen Wyman, coming to you from higher ground. We have a great show lined up today, so stay tuned for more North of the Broad. Welcome to North of the Broad. I'm your host, Karen Wyman, coming to you from higher ground here in beautiful Beaufort. I'm joined this afternoon by Garrett Radin from Kinghorn Insurance of Beaufort. Hi, Garrett.
Hi, Karen. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Really glad that you're here this afternoon to share some information about what's going on here in Beaufort just after we're all starting to recoup from Hurricane Matthew. So it couldn't be a more perfect time for you to be a guest on North of the Broad.
Yeah, well, thank you, and appreciate you inviting us here. And there's been a lot that's going on the last 2 weeks since the hurricane certainly hit our town, and happy to be here to be able to talk about that.
Sure. So one of the biggest things is, how is Kinghorn Insurance of Beaufort helping people respond to their insurance claims and damages that may have occurred to their pieces of property?
Yeah, good question. Our response actually starts before a hurricane hits or may hit our area. We have a catastrophe manual that we update every single year. And what we do, especially if we believe that the hurricane is going to come near our area, we send a lot of our agents inland. So if we were to lose power and as with this hurricane, cut off from the town, we have people strategically placed to be able to report claims and that type of stuff. So in this situation, we did that. We also had a handful of people that remained in town because as soon as we can get back to the office, we want to have the lights on and be able to take care of people that are in need.
Great. Well, so nice to know that an agency like Kinghorn of Beaufort is so prepared. And when you live in Beaufort or any coastal area that's similar to Beaufort, know that being prepared is definitely more than half the battle.
Correct.
So what can your clients expect right now during the claims process while they're evaluating? And I'm sure you've been inundated, but there are still probably people who are evaluating what the damage has been. Yes,
there certainly are. And just to give you a scale as to this storm compares to other storms, Hurricane Matthew, I think we've taken right about 700 to 750 claims in the office, not including the ones that have been reported directly to the carriers.
Okay.
Hurricane Hugo, I believe we had about 100 claims. So in terms of magnitude of the catastrophe, it's been much larger. But from what the expectations and what claimants should expect to see with their adjuster, once you file a claim, we hope and expect that the adjuster will be in touch with that claimant as soon as possible. Given the size of this catastrophe, not only in Beaufort, but all the way from Florida all the way to Virginia,
of course, right.
Resources are coming from all over the country. So what we really want to do is make sure that those adjusters are being in touch with the claimants in a timely manner, and if they're not, we are there to follow up and advocate for our clients.
Facilitate that moving just a little bit faster.
Correct.
So obviously we have lots of choices for insurance agencies here in Beaufort. What do you think is the biggest thing that separates Kinghorn of Beaufort from other agencies?
Well, there are a lot of other good agents in the Low Country, and we're fortunate to have that. One agency just can't do it all. But what we believe separates us from other agencies in town and in the Low Country, when we hire somebody, we make sure, to the best of our ability, that person is going to care about their client. And I was absolutely amazed with how well our entire team responded and cared for these people. I mean, we were either extended hours, working weekends, and we still have extended hours, and just the level of service that our team has provided to our clients in need, it's really been, for me, one of the proudest things I've seen since I've been part of Kinghorn.
And I think that sort of speaks to our community in general, without a doubt. Before we started our interview, we talked about how I had been away on a planned vacation during this, but looking at pictures on Facebook and other social media feeds, how resilient this little town is. So I'm sure that Kinghorn and the employees that you've chosen there, some of whom I know personally, sort of step up. They rise to the occasion, lift the bar a little bit higher, as we would say. So it's nice to know that you have such a caring staff. Because in times like this, people are scared, frustrated, and obviously compassion for your client goes a long way. That's what people remember, how you made them feel. So what should clients do if they have questions about their claim? Once they file that claim, Obviously, the response isn't immediate. What should the expectation be?
So some claims are immediate. I mean, if it's cut and dry and the adjuster is here, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted to open up as quickly as possible, so we could get our clients in the queue, so to speak, as above anybody else. But some claims are cut and dry. An adjuster might come out there, evaluate the damage, and has the authority and capability to write a check to close the claim.
Right away.
Some claims are a bit more complicated and can take some time, gathering additional information to be able to determine what was the total loss, and that can be both from the claimant and the adjuster. So what we just like to see is to make sure that the claimant, our insured, is happy with the progress of the claim and that they feel like they're being taken care of.
Right.
And usually that's fine as long as expectations are set and met, or those expectations are approved upon by the adjuster, or exceeded. That's what I was trying to say.
And we also have to have realistic expectations. I mean, sometimes there's an expectation that things will get done a little bit sooner than everybody would like, but we just sort of need to make sure that there's realistic expectations.
Correct. And if those expectations are not being met, then that's where we would definitely step in and try to move things along. And
have that personal level of service. Thank you so much for being a guest
Karen.
with us this afternoon. I know that you and your staff at Kinghorn of Beaufort offer wonderful services to the community, and this obviously is an important time for you and for your clients. So thank you for sharing some really valuable information.
Thanks, Karen. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being a guest. We'll be right back with our next guest on North of the Broad.